Welcome, Minneapolis junior, senior high school fans, back to the gym for the last of the regular season tonight in basketball. It's senior night on February 16th, 2018. The girls and guys will go on the road to Russell next Tuesday, and then Sub-State will start the week after that. Tonight, the Lions host the visiting Beloit Trojans. Starting off with the girls tonight, Minneapolis is 6-12 overall, 2-8 in the league. Beloit is 14-3 overall, and in second place in the league right now. They're actually tied for first with Russell. Russell's a game behind due to games being postponed due to illness, but Beloit's 9-1, Russell's 8-1. Minneapolis is being outscored by their opponents an average of 1.2 points per game. Beloit is averaging 11 points favorable average over their opponents. Back on January 12th at Beloit, the Beloit Lady Trojans beat the Lions, visiting Lions 47-37. This is the 93rd game in the series, dating back to 1975. Beloit leads at 53-39, Here at home, Minneapolis has a 24-20 advantage. But Beloit has won the last 6 games in a row. The last Minneapolis win was on January 16, 2015, here at home in the old gym by a score of 64-61. Sub-State seedings right now on the girls' side. We have Hayes TMP at number 1 with a 15-2. Russell at number 2 with a 13-2. Beloit at 3 with a 14-3. Ellsworth 13-5. Riley County number 5 with 11-5. Boisington at 7-12. Number 6. Minneapolis at 6-12. Number 7. And Southeast is lean at 4-14. Right now, if things don't change, Minneapolis will be going either to Russell or Beloit, probably the first game, quarterfinals of Sub-State. League-wise, Beloit and Russell are basically statistically tied at first. Ellsworth is third with an 8-2. Sacred Heart and Republic County are tied for fourth with 3-7 records. And Minneapolis and Southeast Saline are tied at 6th with a 2-8 record. Tough task for the Lady Lions tonight, especially the way they've been playing the last few games, but hopefully they can get some things untracked against these Lady Trojans from Beloit.
File, Budke, Ellers, Vetter, Spangler. A lot of familiar names on that, but I look clear at the very bottom. The only senior on this Beloit Clubdale, she's 6'2". I don't know how much she plays.
She plays quite a bit.
I would think if I had a girl that was 6'2", she would be on the floor as well, and I saw her warming up. She does shoot well. Faces the basket, turns and faces the basket, and she's able to knock down that short jumper. Now the lineups for tonight's game. For Beloit, the Lady Trojans. Number 2. Callista Hubert will be the point guard for Beloit. Number 2. For Minneapolis, number 4, it's senior night. Kirsty Nelson starts. We'll start our seniors tonight. For the Trojans, number 10, Jessica Meyer. And for Minneapolis, 2 guard, That's Courtney Walker. For Beloit, number 15, Shay Larson. And she's fairly tall. For Minneapolis, Charisma Vigneri. Larson is listed as 6 foot. And for Beloit, number 34, Sydney Barrett. And senior night, Kaylee Probosco gets a start tonight. And for Beloit, she's 6'2" and all of it, Sydney Johnson. She's a senior and the only senior on this club. And for Minneapolis, Faith Kornick. And she's right at 6 foot. Johnson is definitely 6'2".
She's an even better volleyball player than she is basketball.
Middle blocker,
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
When she rotated out of the lineup, it was a far different lineup.
Shauna Remus is the girls' coach at Beloit. Mr. Cox is not there, nor his son on the boys' side. So the Cox family no longer coaches Beloit High. Johnson will jump center for Beloit, and Faith Kornick will jump center for Minneapolis. Sure Nelson or Charisma Vigneri will run the point. And Johnson gets the tip. Beloit has control. Oh, yep, she carried it right off the bat. It was a high dribble. She didn't actually carry it, but it's what the referee called. Sometimes you wonder if it is traveling when it's just a high dribble. Kirsty Nelson with it on the left wing. Out front, Kaylee Probosco. Walker looking for a cutter. Gets it off to Kornick. Three-pointer on its way. That's up and in. That'll bring the defense out when your post player hits a 3-ball to start the game.
And she's not known for that.
She's known for that 6-foot jump shot off the glass. Now a 3-pointer on its way from the outside, no good, and Faith Kornick has a rebound for Minneapolis. Up the court we go. Kirsty Nelson has it. Vigneri with a 3, and it's missing. Walker has the rebound on the backside for Minneapolis. Kornick travels with the ball as she spins and tries to run the baseline there against Sydney Johnson. Beloit now in possession. Down low to Johnson, shot up and good. Nice dump down pass by Hubert and Beloit. Now on defense, Minneapolis with the ball. Nelson. Runner in the lane, shot no good, and ball tipped out of there and controlled by Beloit. Meyer now the baseline for Larson. Meyer on the right wing dumps it down to the big gal and Sydney Johnson. Boy, we're going to have to get somebody in front of her. We can't allow her to get the ball down that low. Now we miss it. Oh, she was fouled on the.
You would think
back.
so.
Goodness. How did Nelson miss that?
Too bad that bunny didn't go in.
Bunny. Probosco goes to the bench. Carolyn Giles in. Meyer has it. Hubert. Now back to Hubert. Meyer looks at a three. Dribble drive into the paint. Jump shot up and good.
6-3 Beloit.
Now down low, we miss another bunny. It was 2 easy shots we missed down low. If we plan on winning this game, we got to make those.
And that's an unusual miss for Faith Cornick.
Baseline drive, jump shot, no good. Touch last by Minneapolis, I'm sure. We had 2 people that had a hand on it, and we tipped it out of bounds. It'll stay with Beloit. They play it in. High post shot, dribbles in by Johnson.
8-3 with 4:45 to go in the first.
She's got a nice soft shot. That rolled in. Man-to-man defense by Beloit. Giles has it. Baseline drive. Walker, Nelson. Vigneri in the paint. All the way in she goes, and the runner goes in for Vigneri. 8-5 Beloit. Skip pass over to Barrett. Dribble drive on the baseline. Turnaround jump shot rimming out. Tipped out of there by Johnson, but Minneapolis able to corral that tip out as Johnson got a hand on it. 6-footer on Carolyn Giles. Goodness, aren't they going to call a foul? She swatted, hit the ball and the hand. That was a foul. I guess not.
I've heard some announcers say that the hand is considered part of the ball. Some of the professionals.
But that was a slug. Entry pass. Thank you.
Keep
Finally
going at her. We'll get some fouls called.
Yeah, that foul is whistled on Johnson. Kornick will go to the free throw line. 2-shot foul. Thought she got her last time. This one was pretty evident as well. First free throw up and didn't quite get there. Kornick at the free throw line. Second free throw, front rim, no good. Missed them both, and Johnson has the rebound for Beloit. Hubert has it. Skip pass is intercepted by Walker.
No foul.
Ran her out of bounds, and he didn't call a foul either. Nobody calls a foul. Goodness gracious. Walker had control of the ball, and Beloit player just ran her out of bounds. Meyer. Barrett cannot get a shot off.
Foul on the shot there.
Kornick whistled with her first personal foul. Jessica Meyer with a 2-shot foul here. First free throw up and rimming out.
Forte comes in for Walker. The Courtney swap places.
Courtney, Forte. Jessica Meyer, second throw on its way. It is good. Full court pressure put on by the Lady Trojans. They make that pass. Now Nelson's going to get her pocket pick from behind easily there by Meyer. You got your all 5 opponents behind you. Now Courtney Forte with a nice interception. Good grief, come on, call a foul. Well, so far we're not getting the calls. That shot was partially blocked, yes, but also was fouled. Now the runner by Giles. And fourth, Faith Kornick horsing the boards there with 3 tries. It goes in. Nice offensive rebound by Faith Kornick. And almost an interception by Faith over here on the defensive side.
9-7 in favor of the Lady Trojans. 2:27 to go in the first.
Meyer to play it in for Beloit. Barrett back to Meyer. Now the entry pass to Johnson. She turns and I think they're going to count the basket.
She got hipped.
Another foul.
She got hipped. It's on Faith.
Yeah.
For a second. Count the bucket.
Johnson will get the and one here. Free throw up and good.
Rabasco comes in for Kornick.
Picked up that second foul here.
2:20 to go in the first.
McNary clears the timeline for Minneapolis. Carolyn Giles has it. Dribble drive down the baseline. Thank you. It's about time.
Push on number 3.
Foul number 3, Gracie Schroeder. First personal foul.
Schroeder picks up her foul. First personal foul. We'll play it in. Nelson to throw it in for Minneapolis. We got to get it in. And we do. Giles out on top with it. Gets it off to Vigneri. Long three-pointer on its way short. And the rebound is pulled down out there by Schroeder. (12-7), left-hand shot from the right wing, no good. As Larson has a pretty good look. That one comes up short. Now Nelson has the ball from Minneapolis. Giles right wing. Dribble drive on the baseline. Shot is short. And the ball is stolen nicely by Probasco. And that's tipped out of bounds by Johnson as Forte with a good job on the offensive glass. Probasco had a shot. But the 6'2 Johnson's, she's got some length to her.
She does.
Hubert back in for Beloit. Giles has it for Minneapolis. Man-to-man defense. Nelson has it. Gets a ball screen by Forte. This offense, Dale, is just doesn't go anywhere. It just. Ashley Reeprock into the contest. Charisma will get a breather. Out front it goes. Forte had it for a second and it bounded away to the Beloit defender, and they pick it up. We turn it over on the inbounds play.
(12-7) the score, 30 seconds remaining.
2-3 zone. Now for Minneapolis. Entry pass down low. Johnson actually took an extra step there, but with the ball above her head, no one can touch it. Off the glass it goes, and 2 points. She's got 11 points here in the first quarter. (10 to shoot. Forte out on top with it, gets it off to Giles. All the way in she goes, and it's up and in by Carolyn Giles. Hits the runner to end the first quarter. A nice play there by Carolyn Giles.
14-9 in favor of the Lady Trojans here after one.
For a minute, Dale, I didn't think these refs were going to call a foul, and finally they warmed up and did call 4, 2 each. And rightfully so. It's starting to get a little rough. Minneapolis trailing here at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with second quarter action here in just a minute. Minneapolis trailing 14-9.
Mike Perry and Dale Leach here on Eagle Channel 20.
The good Lord's timing is everything, Dale,
That's
so
right.
I'll just wait on that. How about that?
Welcome back. Trojans with the ball.
Possession arrow favors Lady Trojans. They'll start the second quarter. Oh, it's a long two by number 15, Larson. She's a left-hander. Shot from the wing earlier by her. She left it short, but that one was right on target. Now Charisma Vigneri, rebound by Nelson. Again, get in there. And Kornick back in the contest, Dale, playing with 2 personal fouls, tipped out of there by Faith.
Lucky she didn't get number 3 right there.
Carolyn, good defense, denial defense on that inbounds play. Meyer hands it off. Now the skip pass, a 1-on-2, and she'll pull it back out front and reset the offense for the Trojans. Meyer shot off the glass, no good. The rebound's pulled out of there by Faith Kornick. Just a minute gone here in the second quarter. Just needs to play smart. Turnaround jump, and that is smart. Turnaround jump shot up and in. Along with her three-pointer, she's got a couple of buckets to go with it. Bank shot no good, and the rebound pulled out of there by Charisma Vigneri this time.
Who walked?
It was starting to get congested there with 2 defenders and one of our own teammates. And we turn it over. 16-11 Beloit. Entry pass is stuffed by Nelson. Now the outside shot no good. And Faith Kornick has the rebound for Minneapolis. Gets it off to Walker. Giles gets it off to Nelson on the left wing. I'd like to see Kirsty Nelson get an open look.
Shot from
Blocked from behind.
Yeah. 30-second timeout by.
Must have been a heck of a block. Usually from behind like that, they don't call that. It's 30-second timeout. Lady Trojans leading by 5. And so far, we could get a person in front and behind Sydney Johnson, be in pretty good shape. She's got 11 points for the Lady Trojans here in the first quarter.
She's on the bench to start the second. We'll see how long that lasts.
They've got some height, 6 foot, 6'2", and she's back in now. And maybe that's why the coach wanted to get the timeout, is to get her back in the lineup.
Lady Lions put on a press here.
They get it in. Johnson has it. Gets it off to Meyer. Back to Johnson. She plays fairly smart. Keeps that ball up high where the little ones can't get to it. Long rebound pulled down by Hubert, and they reset with Meyer out on top. Jump shot way over the top. Walker had it, but how they're going to give it to us.
Knocked out by the Beloit Trojans.
Hit the Lady Trojans, number 3, Gracie Schroeder.
Score remains 16-11 in favor of the Lady Trojans.
Here comes the double team. No, they drop back, and Giles gets it on across the timeline. Sure looked like a double team coming. She steps through the defense, shot no good, and the rebound's collected on the backside by Meyer. Courtney's having a little ankle problem. I think she rolled it partially earlier. They're out of bounds. Jump shot in the lane, up and good by Meyer.
18 to 11 the score. 4:45 to go in the second quarter. Excuse me.
Kick. Good call. Barrett with the defense out on top. Forte back in.
Walker sits down.
McNary gets it off to Nelson. And
He tried to dump it down low to.
a couple of black shirts in the way of
Yeah.
that one. Barrett all the way down the corner. Now out on top. Schroeder. Back to Meyer. In the lane she goes. Shot no good. Error over the back. Forte, no call. And they're going to call Faith Cornick with the foul before that even gets started.
I didn't see it happen, but I could tell by the look on the face of Faith Cornick that it had to be on her.
That's the usual very first bump just to make contact, and then he saw something I didn't. But
And coach is telling the ref about something else at the other end that could have been called.
shot rimming in by Meyer. Schroeder, excuse me. Probasco has her shot blocked by Johnson. 6'2". She's got
With
some
a
length
long
to her.
stretch of arms.
Skip pass to the other side. Now the jump shot on the baseline, no good. Forte has the rebound from Minneapolis. Good job, Courtney, pulling that rebound out of there in between two defenders. 20-11, Beloit 9-point lead.
Pocket picked.
Barrett has the layup. Now the reach-in foul as Carolyn Giles grabs it. She is fouled by number 22. That's Ellers.
Third team foul. Minneapolis has 3 team fouls.
And we will play it in under Beloit's basket. Full court pressure. They look to trap, but they don't, actually. They just drop right on back. McNary out on top. Gets it off to Forte. Nelson, catch and shoot from the corner, no good. And Forte battling Johnson for that glass offensive rebound, but Johnson just too tall. And now down low, we try to front her, but over the top they go, and she's long, 6'2", got a lot of reach to her.
They've doubled the score, 22-11. About scored us 8-2 this quarter.
Yeah, it was a walk. Good call. We had a drive on the baseline. Ball went right over the rim. And the rebound on the backside by Barrett. She took an extra step and turned it over. Minneapolis to play it in. Probasco has it. Back to Nelson. And she walks as well. Walker into the contest. They almost throw it away. Carolyn with some stingy defense down there. Meyer all the way in. Shot off the glass is good. Meyer with 6 points now for Lady Trojans.
1:25 to go in the first half.
Well, we've got motion, but it doesn't seem like now down low. Forte goes to the other side of the basket. Good job, Courtney.
They drew Johnson out front on defense, and that left Forte open underneath.
Courtney a little reluctant to shoot sometimes, but she took it to the opposite side of the basket there and did a nice job putting that up and in. Now the shot no good, and she has the rebound for Minneapolis. She can play with the bigs.
45 seconds to go in the half.
Nelson dribble drive on the baseline. She is fouled. Basket did not go in. Fouls whistled on number 15, Larson.
First personal foul, team Ford. At the line shooting 2, Christy Nelson.
Kirsty Nelson with a two-shot foul here. First free throw up and no good. Each team has shot 3 free throws so far. Christie's second throw in and out, no good. Johnson with the rebound for the Lady Trojans. You would think they would look for the final shot here, but sometimes that's not on the radar with the girls. Skip past the other side, 23 to shoot. Scout from the outside, no good. And Forte with another big board. Courtney with a nice job on the defensive glass since Gornick hit the bench with foul trouble. Nelson fouled again as she dribbled into the paint.
Fouls number 10, Jessica
Meyer.
Personal foul, team 50.
Just the 15 foul, 5.1 seconds left in the half.
Just enough time to get a shot off. We can get one to drop here. That'd be sweet. Right there. Just rimmed off as Charisma Vigneri backed out just a little bit further than her comfort zone. It was a good looking shot. Just rimmed off at the buzzer, and that's the way the first half will end. Beloit Lady Trojans 24, Minneapolis 13.
We'll be back with some halftime stats. Go right ahead.
Welcome back to the gym. Halftime here as the Lady Lions trailing the Lady Trojans 24-13 at halftime. Scoring for Beloit. Schroeder off the bench with 2 points. Shay Larson has 2 points. Jessica Meyer, pretty nifty little guard there with 7 points. And the 6'2" Sydney Johnson down on the low block has 13 points for the Lady Trojans. For Minneapolis, Courtney Forte off the bench with 2. Carolyn Giles has 2. Charisma Vigneri with 2. And Faith Cornick playing in foul difficulties here in the first half had 7 points. She didn't play a lot of the second quarter. Yeah, she played probably half of it. But anyway, foul trouble. She has 3 personal fouls, and she's the only person with more than 1 foul. Actually, she's the only person on the Minneapolis squad with a foul. I have, anyway. Minneapolis trailing the Lady Trojans 24-13. We'll be back with second half action. Les Dale, you got some...
Yeah, they established a 5-point lead after one quarter, 14-9, then outscored us 10-4 in the second quarter for this 11-point lead, 24-13. Rebound battle, we're ahead, 16-5, 15.
Wow.
Turnovers, we've got 8, they've got 5. So very close game rebound-wise. Lady Lions been doing a good job under the boards.
We haven't turned it over that many times. We've had some turnovers, but
we've seen a lot worse. 8 turnovers is pretty good for us sometimes.
We have seen a lot worse. If we do 20 a game and we only have 8 in the half, that's good.
Yep. All right, well, we'll be back in a little bit for third quarter action. Well, welcome back to second half action here. Again, the Lady Lions trailing 24-13. Possession arrow will be with the Lady Lions. start the third quarter as they inbound the ball.
Walker to play it in, and we're underway. Giles guarded by Hubert.
Knocked out of bounds by Sidney Johnson.
Nelson to play it in. Giles' pass down low is out of the reach of Walker and picked off there by Beloit. Skip pass. Now Meyer dribble drive in, layup, no good. Johnson there for the rebound and the stick back. 15 points in this contest for Johnson. Carolyn Giles. McNary. Nelson. See if that pass is better and crisper. Nelson's got plenty of time to spot up. We just can't get the pass out there. To get her a good open look.
Stepped out of bounds with the Trojans.
They turn it over. Still full court pressure by the Trojans. Just on the inbound, they kind of fall back after that. Walker out on top with it, looks for a cutter. McNary comes to the top. Now the entry pass to Kornick. Her shot is blocked by Nelson. She has got some length to her, and the arms make her really tough. Shot now banked in by Johnson as they get the pass down low to her on the low block. She's so far tonight been pretty much automatic down there. She has 17 of the 28 points. Ball is rescued by Beloit. Now they have numbers 2-on-1. Meyer takes it in and puts it up and in.
Score's 30-13 here. 5:53 to go in the third.
Not too good of a start here to start the second half.
6-0 run for the Lady Trojans. Third quarter action resumes. 5:53 remaining.
6'2". She's every
With
bit
a
of
long
that.
wingspan.
Yes, she does. She's able to block shots of a 6-foot tall person without bumping them.
Relative little effort.
Doesn't really take a big swat at it. She just kind of taps it with her hand. McNary all the way in. Dump down pass to Kornick, but McNary is fouled on Barrett. Her first. Minneapolis to play it in under her own basket. Giles shot up and good. On the backside. Lady Trojans. Shot on the outside, up and in. It's a three-pointer by Barrett. Her first points of the game, and it's a big tray from beyond the arc.
18-point lead for the Lady Trojans now.
Pass over here to the wing is overplayed by Jessica Meyer, tipped out of bounds. It will remain with Minneapolis. Giles up on top. All the way in she goes. Shot off the glass, no good. Johnson tips the ball out to a teammate, and Beloit has the possession. Meyer has it. Skip pass to Hubert. Dribble drive into the paint. Now the shot from the outside again, no good, as Barrett lined up another three. Three-pointer by Kornick, no good, and the rebound comes all the way out to where she just took the shot. Johnson still standing there, collects the rebound for Beloit. Now the shot down low, the left-hander kind of did a double take there. It ended up being short, but Carolyn is whistled with the palm as she carried it in the backcourt.
Reed Brock in. Forte's coming in. Walker out. Veneri out.
Forte back in. Averages about 5 rebounds a ball game. Dumps it down to Johnson, and good grief, she's got some length. Just leaned back and flung it right off the glass. There we go, nice pass by Carolyn Giles. Forte has the rebound, and the stick back is good. Forte puts it right back up and in. That's just exactly what coach would like to see her do. And she's shooting with confidence here with 2 baskets in this contest. Now the runner no good, and Beloit had a hand on it last as Hubert tips it out of bounds. Nelson gets a breather as McNary comes back in. Kornick playing with 3 personal fouls here. The only player in foul trouble. Ashley had a hand on it. Carolyn Giles pretty well covered up. Thank you.
And so we have to have a reach-in foul somewhere there. Goodness.
3 different times. It's whistled on Meyer. That's her second. Her second, the only Beloit player with more than 1 foul. That's Meyer with 2. And we get it in. McNary, 3-pointer is short. He gets her own rebound though. Now Giles has it. Tries to get it down low to Kornick. Kornick had a hand on it, but got away from her and went out of bounds. .237 left, third quarter. Beloit leading 35-17. Almost a walk. She didn't get that foot picked up, but they did get the basket. They're going to count it. That is Barrett. And the foul's whistled on number 25. Or, excuse me, Kornick is whistled with her 4th.
Walker comes in for Faith. 2:22 remaining in the third quarter. 20-point lead for the Trojans, 37-17.
Barrett, chance the and one goes in.
Reach in foul very quickly on 34.
Barrett whistled with her second personal foul. Just the 3rd team foul on Beloit. Giles back in. Reeprock goes to the bench. Forte hands it off to Nelson. Back to Forte. Giles gets it back off to McNary. Now Nelson with an open look. Short. Walker has the rebound and stick back point blank, and it goes off the rim, no good. Had 3 or 4 little chippies. I wish we would have made. And now they throw it away, and the reach-in foul is whistled on Hubert. Excuse me, Schroeder.
4th team foul on the Trojans, 1 for the Lady Lions.
And for the Lady Trojans, number 45, Sydney Johnson.
Larson gets a breather, along with Barrett.
We lose it on a steal.
Schroeder with the reach in, taps it away. And they get the ball back to Vigneri this time. Pass to Walker's tipped away, but Courtney rescues it for the Lady Lions. Giles on the left wing. Gets it out to Walker. Forte all alone, but they couldn't get the ball to her, and the reach-in foul is whistled on number 22. That's Ellers. Now they're starting to see a few of those fouls, aren't they, Dale?
5th team foul, 51 seconds to go here in the 3rd.
Nelson to play it in for Minneapolis.
And we throw it away.
That go off the bottom of the backboard or the rim?
Bottom of the backboard after it got tipped
I
and
see.
then out of bounds.
Now Minneapolis with some good pressure. Carolyn Giles with the steal, but Beloit is somehow rescues that ball. Now down low it goes. Shot off the glass, no good. Johnson has the rebound on the backside, and that is automatic city for her. 21 points for Sydney Johnson here in 3 quarters of play. Goodness, that one should have been a foul. Jump shot no good, and over the back is Meyer. She's got her 3rd personal foul. 16 foul.
Fouls on number 10, Jessica Meyer. 3rd personal foul, team 6th.
Well, they pulled off the press for the time being. Giles in the corner with it. Dribble drive on the baseline shot. No good, and Johnson has the rebound. That's the way the 3rd quarter will end. Beloit 42, Minneapolis 17. We'll be back with the final quarter here in just a minute.
Welcome back to 4th quarter action. The Lions are outscored 18-4 in the 3rd stanza. 2 consecutive quarters with 4 points scored.
Possession arrow favors the Lady Trojans. They play it in. We're underway here in the 4th quarter. Johnson all alone looking for the pass, and Charisma Vigneri with a hold out on top is whistled with the foul. That's her first.
15, Charisma Vigneri. 1st personal foul, team 2nd.
Second team foul. They'll play it in. Free throw line extended. Meyer. Shot off the glass, no good. Couldn't reach that one. Tried to go up the ladder to catch it, and they turn it over. Vigneri has it. Ravasco, Faith Kornick on the floor for Minneapolis. Shot is banked in by Kornick over the outstretched hand of Johnson. She was coming to block it, that's for sure. Probably has 3 or 4 block shots. They dump it down to her, and that's easy pickings for her. That's up and in. .23 points for Sydney Johnson in this contest. 6:57 left McNary from the outside, shot no good. Kornick has her shot partially blocked by Johnson. That's why we have to save every ball that's going out of bounds. Most of those are the opponents. And we turn right into the defender, and they tie us up.
Possession up to the Lions, though.
We do that quite often. Still man-to-man defense as Beloit's sending in some replacements. Larson back in, she's a starter. Along with Barrett, she's a starter. Walker back in, Probosco will go to the bench. (44-19) Trojans. Nice tip away there by Courtney Walker.
And we throw it away.
In she goes. Shot is good by number 1. Excuse me, that's number 2. That's Hubert. Hits a nice runner, about a 6-foot runner. Now McNary's shot is partially blocked. And number 1 is Wagner, pulls down the rebound for Beloit. And the left-hander down low, that's Larson. That shot is up and in. They're not missing too many of them, are they, Dale?
No, 48-19. The score here. Double dribbles, the call on Minneapolis.
Unforced turnover. They almost returned the favor. Now down low. Shot is up and good by number 22. That's Ellers. Unselfish play by her teammate. Got her that easy bucket. Nelson. That's Meyer whistled with the foul. That's her 4th.
Fouls on number 10, Jessica Meyer. 4th personal foul. 17th foul.
Kylie Mim into the contest for Meyer. Free throw by Nelson, no good.
Goodness.
Kornick had an easy one that she couldn't get it to drop. Shot from the outside is collected by Nelson. Jump shot in the lane, no good, and the rebound's claimed there by Ellers. One and done.
Seem to buy a bucket, Mike.
Can't get an offensive board either. That was a walk, it looked like, yes. Good call by the referee as Barrett tried a reverse layup.
A 31-point lead for the Trojans, so the clock is running here in the 4th quarter.
Blaze Spangler into the contest. Walker has it. Out front, Kornick. Guarded by Larson. Larson, a starter, still in the contest for Beloit. Kornick all the way in. Shot is up and good. Wagner getting ready to enter the contest for Beloit. Next stoppage of play. Now the turnaround jump shot, no good.
There's a foul on the Trojans.
Spangler over the back.
Should be a 1-and-1 opportunity coming at the other end of the court.
And now they've got the starters out of there. Clock still running. Courtney Walker to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. Free throw up and no good.
Cornick with the rebound. She's fouled on the putback.
She will shoot 2 this time. Foul is on number 44. Aerosmith.
Clock is running at 2 minutes.
Free throw up and no good. Second throw on its way is no good. We're 0 for 7 from the free throw line. Shot from the outside, no good, and Cornick had a hand on it. Beloit has it, and so does Charisma Vigneri. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Beloit.
Borman, Giles, and Forte come in. Taking out the 3 seniors. Cornick, Probasco, and Walker. Clock stops with 1:14 to go on a timeout. Minneapolis trailing 50-21. We'll be right back. I guess that was timeout, but it didn't last very long.
Yeah, you wanted to make sure that his seniors left at the same time there. It's kind of a nice gesture by Coach Weatherman. Shot by Aerosmith, no good, and Courtney Forte with another rebound for Minneapolis. Carolyn Giles gets it off to Charisma Vigneri. Minute left in this contest. Giles wide open from the outside, shot just a little bit short, and it goes out of bounds. It will be Beloit ball.
50 seconds to play with the running clock.
Spangler with the ball. And her pass is intercepted by Courtney Walker.
Forte, and she turns it over.
Yep, she got stopped by the defender. I wish she would have just kept on it going, huh? Still a good play by Courtney for the interception.
20 seconds.
Shot from the outside, no good, and the rebound couldn't get a handle on it, goes out of bounds. Natalie Borman had a hand on it, but
5 seconds.
could not get a handle on it. Shot no good from the outside as Mim has the last look of the game. That's the way it ends. Beloit Lady Trojans 50 and Minneapolis 21. Lady Trojans take this one. And we'll be back with some point totals here in just a minute.
All right,
turn the page.
Back to the points real quick before we get to senior night.
Scoring for Minneapolis, Courtney Forte off the bench had a fairly solid game. She had 4 points. Carolyn Giles had 4 points. Charisma Vigneri had 2, and leading Minneapolis in scoring tonight, Faith Cornick with 11. Played with foul trouble, did not
foul out.
Did not foul out. Yep. That's a big plus to see her play with it as senior. So 2 more games. For Beloit, Ellers off the bench had 2. Schroeder had 2. Sydney Barrett had 6. Shay Larson had 4. Jessica Meyer had 9. Callista Hubert had 2, and leading all scorers tonight, Sydney Johnson with 23. And she pretty much had her way when she got the ball down low. She was automatic. Minneapolis was 0 for 8 from the charity stripe. Beloit was 3 out of 5. Excuse me, 3 out of 4. So not a lot of free throw shot, but
got your message last night.
14-9 score in the first quarter. They outscores 10-4 in the second quarter. They outscores 18-4 in the third quarter. They outscores 8-3 in the fourth. So we didn't have a whole lot of output going there. Part of that was due to blocked shots by the Trojans. Part of it was just due to we couldn't put the ball in the hole. Rebounds, very close still throughout the second half. That's rebounded a 16-13 in the second half for an overall 31-29 lead of the Trojans over Minneapolis. Minneapolis 17 turnovers. Beloit with 11. Final score again, 50-21 in this last home game. It's now senior night activities here. Faith Kornick.
Congrats, man.
Kaylee Probasco.
Kaylee is the daughter of Dean Nelson. She has been a participant in basketball for 4 years, lettering in 1. Next year, Kaylee plans on attending the University of Kansas, majoring in secondary education with a focus on English. Courtney Walker. Courtney is the daughter of Harold and Vicki Walker. She has been active in basketball all 4 years of high school, lettering in 3. After high school, she plans on attending Cloud County Community College to study ag business. Trent Brubaker. Trent is the son of Ron and Deb Brubaker. He has been a participant and lettered in all 4 years. Trent has also been a team leader and captain. His plans after high school involve attending Kansas State University, majoring in history and education. Felipe Contreras. Felipe is the son of Irma and Louis Contreras. Felipe has been a part of the basketball program for 4 years, lettering in 2. Next year, Felipe plans on attending Jorge's, majoring in elementary education. Isaiah Sherbert. Isaiah is the son of Katina Marie Sherbert. Isaiah has been a participant in basketball for 2 years, lettering in both. After high school, Isaiah plans to serve our country as a Marine. Trayvon Thomas. Trayvon is the son of Rebecca Stanley. He has been a part of the team all 4 years of high school, lettering in 3 of them. Trey plans on joining the United States Marine Corps. Once completing his study, he would then attend college for youth ministry.
Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for your 2018 senior basketball team.
Thank you much, gals and guys.
Yes, thank you for your talents. Through the years, we've enjoyed all your participation. Mrs. Macy hosted something I didn't catch which it was.
I don't know. The girls' basketball team gave her a big
Hosted
bouquet of
something?
flowers.
Yes. That's a nice gesture, ladies.
Yes. All right. Well, that's the results of the girls' game. We'll be back for the guys shortly.